Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. Today marks the beginning of the countdown to the 14th of April. You'll recall that the Senzo Meyiwa trial has been postponed to the 14th of April. That is when the case will resume. So we are beginning the 30-day countdown to that period, on which day I said we are going to be outside the Pretoria High Court, just to say in one bold voice, justice for Senzo Meyiwa. On that day also, I intend to give interviews, I think to the media. Let me mention them by name. I think the SABC is always there covering the Senzo Meyiwa trial. I also think the ENCA is also there, just to mention two. But I'll cover this event as widely as possible to try and publicize it. Not because we want to derive anything out of that publicity, but to get people to see and know what is happening around the Senzo Meyiwa trial. Because you'll recall that in the last 2 days, I've just indicated how the intruder theory has mutated. These are some of the things that South Africans must be made aware of, and especially the authorities, that this is the way investigations are conducted in South Africa. This is what is unfolding in that Pretoria High Court. And this is the reason why there is so much noise surrounding the way the trial is being conducted. You'll also have realized that in one of my recent videos, I talked about the Senzo Meyiwa trial, or corruption generally in the South African police services, as having attracted the attention of Parliament's Portfolio Committee. And recently, Senzo Mchunu and his delegation, including Fani Masemola, the National Commissioner of Police, and other high-ranking officials, appeared before Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Police. This is the oversight committee to which, among others, Senzo Mchunu, the minister, and the National Commissioner of Police are accountable. So there are concerns about, general corruption within the SAPS. And I think the Senzo Meyiwa trial is one such trial which must be taken right up to Parliament, to bring to the attention of Parliament some of the things that are saying there. Perhaps it is about time Parliament started debating these things. If Parliament were to debate these things, or the Portfolio Committee was to debate these things, there are other people who will say, why debate matters which are pending before the courts and so on and so forth? I don't really subscribe to that. I don't think debating matters anywhere will have any influence on the course of events in the Pretoria High Court. You see, it is like saying if people talk about this trial on social media, it will then influence the judge in any manner. I mean, no judge worth his salt can be, influenced by what goes on in social media or any other platform for that matter. Because it is only by bringing these things, to the public domain that anything can possibly be done. I will also bring you tomorrow a communication that I wish to send to Parliament's Portfolio Committee. I want to outline in some detail what is happening in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, just to also give, bring up the salient points in that trial to say, this is the justice system as we know it in South Africa. This is the justice system, not just as we see it expressed in the Constitution, but on the ground, because, our Constitution is such a laudable, document. Our laws are some of the best in the world. But sadly, the implementation of those laws leaves much to be desired, right? Like for instance, the what is unfolding in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, Why should there be doubts whether those, 5 accused persons appearing before the Pretoria High Court are the people who killed Senzo? Why was this doubt created by the opening of 2 dockets disclosing 2 sets of offenders undertaken by 2 different sets of investigators? Why did that happen? So these are some of the things that, we are going to bring to the attention of the Portfolio Committee of Parliament to look into them and to perhaps give some kind of direction. Because at the end of the day, those people up there are elected by ordinary people like you and me. And to a certain extent, there must be some kind of accountability, in the day-to-day functioning of the courts. The courts must also be accountable somehow, because the people look up to the courts for justice, and there must be no doubt that the courts, are dispensing justice. So I'll be writing that letter to the Portfolio Committee of Parliament on Police to raise some of these concerns, because I don't think, justice is being achieved in the Senzo Meyiwa trial. I think there's a need also, for people to take a look at just what is happening within the South African police services. I think, some investigation must be done, especially with regard to the Senzo Meyiwa trial. There are just too many things which leave us with a lot of question marks as to just what was happening during, this investigation. Having said that, let me once more thank you for watching this video, and let me thank you for the views that I'm seeing, and let us brace ourselves for the 14th of April 2024, when the trial resumes again. But like I said, in the next episode, I'll be reading you a communication. I don't know how many letters I've written to how many people, but I'll just keep on writing letters, whatever it takes. Whether I get, responses or not, but I'll just go ahead and, do my duty and bring it to the attention of the authorities. So that letter will be read to you verbatim, because it's a public letter. You see, this is not a private communication between me and, Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Police. This is a public document. So I'll be reading this letter in the next episode, and we'll be discussing the contents of that letter. And I hope to see some very positive comments in the comment section thereafter. Thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you very, very much for the subscriptions that I'm seeing. Please like this video and keep supporting this initiative, and have a nice day.